host of the Gridiron.
But now, one of the things, as I said, I didn't see the Super Bowl. I'm never going to see the Super Bowl. But apparently there was a blueprint, right? And, going back to the last story, talking about Matthew Stafford, right? There's a little bit of, if we could get a quarterback in here without having to spend a draft pick on a quarterback. Now, I don't know if this Mr. Carter here, Mr. Carter is going to be available at number 3. Quite possibly not. But you don't know. You don't know. But I'll tell you what, may not be a bad idea to keep this guy in mind. Oh, where are we at here? Nope, that's not it. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. The familiar blueprint, Super Bowl 2025, should put in Giants' minds ahead of the NFL draft. One of the biggest winners of Super Bowl 2025 hasn't yet played a snap in the NFL. Anyone who watched, let's see, this past Super Bowl, have pushed Penn State edge rusher Abdul Carter up their mock draft. Could quite possibly be Mr. Numero Uno, right? Overreaction to the Super Bowl is a real thing inside the NFL. But seeing Carter as a top 4 prospect in the 2025 class to the favorite as number 1 now, maybe. Quarterbacks Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders aren't can't-miss prospects. Receiver cornerback Travis Hunter is a scouting unicorn, but even if he plays on both sides of the ball, there's no guarantee he will make the same impact that a premier pass rusher would. There was nothing they could do. Let's see. The Chiefs' offensive line featured 3 $72 million plus investments and another blocker who will reach that threshold in free agency next month. Might be somebody the Giants might want to pick up as well. So Mahomes still was hit 11 times and sacked a career high 6 times. In these games, head coach Andy Reid said those lines get magnified a little bit. To Williams' point, 3 pass rushers isn't enough. If you are the Giants holding the number 3 pick with Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Dexter Lawrence on the field, why not target Carter and replicate your own blueprint of overlapping Justin Tuck, Osi Manure, Michael Strahan, and Jason Pierre-Paul, JPP? You can never have too many pass rushers. Never. Carter offers inside linebacker versatility, led the Big Ten with 24 tackles for loss, including 12 sacks. He has drawn comparison to Cowboys star Micah Parsons, who has 52.5 sacks as the defensive chess piece over his 4-year career. When you win on a 4-man rush and you can just cycle guys through and they are still winning, you don't have to blitz. Yeah. I mean, if you can just put 4 guys on the field, and just go get them. Let's see. The Eagles did not blitz on any of Mahomes' 42 dropbacks. According to Next Gen Stats, he still faced the 5th highest pressure rate, 38.1% of his 133-game career. Right? Didn't blitz 1 time, and he got sacked 6 times. I was just running around and they let me go crazy, edge rusher Josh Sweat said after his career-high 2.5 sacks. The risk highlighting irony of any team choosing Carter over Warder Sanders is that a pass rusher went number 1 overall in Mahomes' draft class. Myles Garrett a future Hall of Famer, but the Browns surely would pick Mahomes, who slipped to number 10 after quarterback bust Mitch Trubisky on a do-over. Yep. Carter's first step quickness should translate, but a quarterback needy team is a subject to ridicule if Ward or Sanders pans out. In order to make a team blitz, you have to be able to beat what they're showing, Mahomes said. That's what we didn't do. Williams has said that players were all free agents whose value might have been boosted by Super Bowl. The same goes for his soon-to-be rookie. So, the blueprint, right? As I said, I mean, it was the way it was. If you go back to like LT's days, right? Joe Theismann said, he said either 5 or 5. He might even said 5.5 guys. He said if you rush 3 guys and send Lawrence Taylor, he said it was like sending like 5 or 5.5 guys, because Lawrence Taylor just made it that much more. You know what I mean? It was just that much. You know what I mean? But when you can just send 4 guys, and just and the guys are just all crazy good, and you can get hit home with those guys. I mean, it's special. I mean, it makes it so much easier for the guys in the back. Not that the Eagles have bad guys in the back, but I mean, it's just if you can just unload. I mean, the way they were, it was 2 years ago when the Philadelphia Void years, when they went to the Super Bowl, and that was a closer game. But that year, the Void years, they had they had all those sacks. They had like, I forgot what it was, 5 guys had like double-digit sacks or something. I mean, it was just crazy. They were bringing guys in off the bench that double-digit sacks. It was just crazy. I mean, so it's a blueprint, good blueprint. So it might be something, something to think about. I mean, especially if the Giants, are not totally sold on Ward or Sanders, right? Either him or the defensive lineman from Michigan, right? He's a good disruptor too. So may not be a bad idea. To keep that in mind. So just a little bit of a blueprint there. Once again, you can never ever have too many pass rushers.